morning. All right. I think I'm on. I think I'm rocking and rolling. Got the stream. Okay. So I have a doggy cam. He's not there right now. I just gotta go grab him. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab the little dog. I hear him. He's awake. Hold on. 1 second. Oh yeah. Let me see if the chat is up too. I'm a little I'm a little distracted this morning. Let's see. So the auto chat should be on. Let's see. It's good to see you guys. David, what's up? Damini, Samal, what's up? Good morning. Let's move this over here.
Morning, Brad.
Good morning. And the doggy is still sleeping. I played with him pretty good earlier, so he's probably sleeping. How's everybody today? I'll show you. I got the camera up on him on the little play area inside the art studio, but he's in his pen right now. Good morning. We got Bob Ross today. This is from Friday. I took yesterday off. Yesterday we went to Dallas, Texas to pick up the puppy from the breeders. And it was awesome. Yeah, Jana's already got him half trained already. How to sit, how to poop in the right spot. That helps a lot, that's for sure. So we're working on Bob Ross.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. And it's coming along pretty good. Somebody mentioned that there's a Bob Ross documentary on Netflix, and I watched it Friday night. Yeah, that was kind of sad. That was kind of not what I was expecting. But yeah, most documentaries on artists are pretty sad anyway, right?
Tell the lovely lady I said good morning.
Yeah, I think she's taking a nap right now, but I will do that. What's up, Black and White? And Shashikant, Sani, what's up? Good to see you. William, good to see you. Anybody drawing Bob Ross as well? Yeah, that documentary was pretty sad in that it looked like he got kind of taken advantage of by that company that, I don't know if they stole the rights to his image or what, but it didn't seem quite right, at least the way they presented the documentary. He wanted his son to obviously get the benefit of his name and everything, and that didn't happen. It looked like there was some contract signed or something they couldn't get out of, and anyway, long story short, it's kind of sad, but the legacy is good. Let's see. So yeah, now I feel kind of bad because I got like a Bob Ross bobblehead, and
I wasn't talking about the dog 𝔸𝕤𝕒𝕒𝕒.
They definitely exploited his good name.
yeah, and now I got because I got like a Bob Ross cookbook, a Bob Ross sayings, like a book of sayings, and a Bob Ross bobblehead. And now I just feel like an ass for like for like buying those things. Yeah, I don't know. It kind of sucks.
Brad, you love pets.
Yeah, I grew up with dogs and cats, birds, fish. What else? I had a guinea pig. My sisters had hamsters. What else did we have? I don't think we had any snakes or anything. Oh, for a while though, my mom was raising snails for 𝔸𝕗𝕒𝕒𝕒. She was raising them in the basement. It was pretty trippy, like a big giant tank full of snails, 𝔸𝕗𝕒𝕒, to sell to restaurants and stuff like that. So that was pretty neat. Just a little kid going down into the basement, and there was a giant aquarium full of snails.
How is the dog settling in?
He's
Good
doing good.
morning.
Yeah, the dog is very well mannered. He's pretty mild. Loves to play.
His son has nothing. Poor dog.
Yeah, right. Well, actually, he has everything in a way. I mean, he has the memory of his dad, so it's just like the financial part and the recognition. Maybe it'll change with the documentary. I'm sure it will, but yeah, hopefully
Yum.
he can move on from that, and you know, I mean, his dad was freaking Bob Rock, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I didn't know that he permed his hair. It was a trip. They showed like old pictures of him from like I think the 50s, when he had like straight hair, and it was like, was it like a what do you call it? Like a ducktail in the back, or whatever they call it. But yeah, it's like that 70s or 50s look. That was pretty cool. So I was working on Bob quite a bit on the last stream and afterwards as well. And
That accent sounds genuine, is it?
Brad, I have 1 Persian cat, 2 parrot, and a baby pug.
nice.
That's true. He had Bob as his dad.
You have a Persian cat and birds. Hopefully do they get along pretty well? Oh, we got a pug too. That's cool. Yeah, we almost decided on a pug. Let's see. Yeah, Bob as his dad. That's amazing. Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty cool having an artist as a parent. My mom is an artist, and yeah, it's nice to have at least one parent that's an artist. So, I mean, especially if you're an artist as well, because then they understand you better, and understand your need to be creative and stuff like that. But if you had both parents where neither of them were artists, then you're an artist, that could be probably kind of difficult, I'd imagine. Like, you know, they don't really understand the need to always create or try something new. They just want you to go to college and get that degree and go to that job. But if you have a artistic parent, they kind of understand your desire to like quit that job and try something else, or make sculptures or whatever it is you want to do.
Brad, you live in Russia.
No, I live in Texas. I just moved here 2 months ago from California. Northern California, born and raised. And then for a couple of years, I lived in Ohio. And then I lived a few years in Hawaii. And then almost a decade in San Diego. And that's where I moved from.
Artist parents must be cool.
And yeah, it is. It's pretty cool. Especially when you got a really good, caring parent who's an artist, and they know how to like critique and at the same time praise. It's like they know that balance between praise and critique. It's like the best. That's why my mom is really good at that. She would always like praise the drawing that I brought to her, and then she would give me like a little critique and then a little bit more praise, and then it was like a perfect balance. And I always felt really confident to bring her like something, because I knew it was going to be a good interaction.
You love eating pizza.
Do I like what? Pizza, of course. Who doesn't like pizza? Probably somebody, I'm sure. Let's see. Moses, what's up? Art by Aksa Safi. Do you have a YouTube channel? Let me see if I can find it. It sounds like you might have an actual channel. Let's see. I'm gonna search this real quick.
What kind of art does she make?
She did portraits, lots of portraits, and lots of landscape.
Nice drawing.
Yeah, so lots of.
Barbara Parents is also artist.
She used to do commission work for portraits, and then I think she just got tired of it because it was a lot of stress. And it's like, I think painting for her was very much like therapeutic, and she just wanted to enjoy it, and she didn't want to have to like make somebody happy. You know what I mean? Because when you do commission stuff, it can get kind of rough. Like if you get somebody that doesn't react very well to it, and you start to, it's just stressful. You're always worrying about it.
Trading that pencil for a brush anytime soon.
Oh yeah, totally. I got my paints pulled out of the storage.
What type of paper are you working on?
This is a smooth newsprint. It's made by Pro Art, and it's newsprint, but it's a smooth type, so it works really well with the 𝔻𝕣𝕒𝕐𝕐 pencil, the 1710B. That's what I'm using here. And as you can see, you can pull like really smooth or soft lines, and then you can come into like a crisp, very dark edge at the same time. Let's see, I see all my little sketches I was doing on the side last time. I just erase those. That's all going to be covered. I'm going to fill the background in some value. I might as well go ahead and start that. I'll pull 𝔻𝕣𝕒𝕥𝕣𝕒 out in a little bit when he wakes up. See, I got the camera over here, but he's still asleep. But yeah, I'll pull him out and we'll say hi to him. He's really tiny. He's like this big. His neck is probably that big around. He's a little 8-week-old puppy. He's a Schnauzer.
Turns out I was using 1710-2B on my homework.
Oh, you were? So that's probably pretty soft. That still work, but how did it go for you? Did it lay down really dark?
Brad, I find the 𝔻𝕠𝕒𝕥𝕣𝕒 draw as smoothly as the Conte. Do you find the same?
You find that? Oh, really? You don't think they? I find the opposite. I find that the Wolf's Carbon is much more smoother than the 𝔻𝕣𝕒𝕐𝕐. I use the 4B on the Wolf's Carbon. What do you call it? What value?
Brad, my drawings is looking your drawing, but it is very difficult for me.
What hardness is your pencil, the Wolf's Carbon? Is it 4B? That's the one I use, and I find it pretty smooth compared to the Conte. Let's see. My drawings is looking difficult. Yeah, yeah. Just keep practicing. I don't know what to say. Drawing is this hard in general, and it just takes a long time to get.
A bit more difficult to go in light. I still have to stop going in dark too soon though.
Yeah, yeah. You start to learn to like kind of have like a really soft feather grip on the pencil. When I first started, I would have a grip like really hard. Like I would pinch it really hard and push really firmly into the paper.
Grade B drags a lot when drawing lines, but I use B to keep the lines light.
Grade B. Oh, that's why. That's probably a little too hard. Like I would go to the 4B on the Wolf's Carbon, because what I learned was that the 1710B on the 𝔻𝕣𝕒𝕐𝕐 is comparable to the 4B in the Wolf's Carbon. And I just ordered some pencils I want to test out. I haven't got them in yet, but I got a Ritmo B and a Primo B. And apparently all 4 of these pencils are supposed to be pretty close in hardness. So I'm going to test them out against each other and see which ones I like best. Because this one I like the size of it. It feels good in the hand. It's not too bad. The only thing I don't like is...
Drawing is mental stress.
That voice. That sounded stressful, your voice. Drawing is mental stress. It is.
Do you only use one grade pencil for drawing then, Brad?
Yeah, pretty much. Unless I'm doing charcoal. If I do like a General's charcoal.
Using charcoal pencil.
Yeah, I use General's. That one I'll start with a HB, then go to 2B, then a 4B, and a 6B. Like work my way into the darks. But with these on the smooth newsprint with the Conte, I just stick with one.
Hey Brad, I just bought some Conte of Paris pencils. Are they meant to feel like there's a lot of friction? I usually use graphite and that's always smooth.
Yeah, so there is friction, and you can probably hear it right now on this one. Sometimes there's like a little stone kind of a thing inside the in the Conte. But compared to like It's pretty smooth otherwise. Every once in a while you hit like a little stone, but in general it goes on pretty smooth on the newsprint, on the smooth newsprint. If it's a rough newsprint, then it's going to be a different story. But I'm working on this really nice, fine tooth, smooth newsprint, and for me, that's what I was trained on
Good morning. You got this.
at 𝔻𝕣𝕒𝕒𝕒 and a lot of ateliers.
Yeah, I got those stones too when I first used it.
Yeah, it's weird, right? It's kind of irritating, but like this pencil right here, I can hear it a lot. So this one's really gritty. But if I get really irritable with it,
And I think drawing removes our stress.
your voice has got a lot of stress in it. If I get irritated with the Conte, with the Paris one, I'll go to the Wolf's Carbon because it's way more smoother. It has less of those stones in it. But so here you can see I'm just gonna blast in all this value in the background and into the hair and anything else that's in shadow. And I'm gonna try to build up. This is what they call a single tonal mass. So you want to come in and fill everything in like a yeah, the voices, and you try to fill everything in with a kind of like a mid-range value, and this helps control the values, the hierarchy of the values as you move, as you progress through the drawing. So I'm going to fill in his beard with the same value. I'm going to fill in the shadows, like underneath the collar right here, in this corner, definitely down here. And I think for his hand, I'm going to leave it mostly, oh, I don't know, let's see, maybe I'll put some value into it.
Wolf Carbon pencils are expensive in Amazon.
Yeah, the Wolf's Carbon, yeah, they are a little bit more, huh, than the Conte, that's for sure, the Conte Al Paris. You know, actually the 𝔻𝕒𝕒𝕒, I haven't used these yet, so I can't say I'm down with them yet, but the 𝔻𝕒𝕒𝕏 and the 𝕃𝕏 seem to be pretty cheap. So I got high hopes. I'm hoping that they're comparable at least or better. That would be great. And then I can save some money as well. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave the hand a little bit less fully worked. I'm going to keep it kind of in the drawing stage more.
Don't you ever feel the need to swap to softer pencils as the portrait develops to push the darks more?
Sometimes, yeah. For me, usually it's when I kind of messed up a little bit with the hierarchy of the values, and I went too dark.
Do you love sketching?
Yeah, definitely. I love sketching, but sometimes I get carried away with the values, and I went too dark too early, and so then I might pull out like a 1710. 2B or whatever it is, like a little bit softer one, and try to control the darks and go darker even still in strategic areas to help control the values. And then we'll just come in here and kind of soften up the Conte a little bit. Basically, I'm trying to pull in value into the light side, especially in the neck, because that's going to be a little bit less light. Good evening. It's morning for me. What time is it for you? I got 9:20 a.m. I just woke up on this Sunday. Well, I didn't just wake up. I woke up a little bit earlier and played with the puppy a little bit. Got him kind of tired out, hopefully. Let's see. Let's go into the eyes. Start filling in some of the eyes a little bit. I'm gonna make sure I got the highlights pulled out. I think I'm the only one awake right now in the house. So you can see that I have the highlight, but it got kind of dirty, so I might have to pull that out a little bit. Come in here. Periodically throughout the drawing, I gotta come in and reestablish those highlights. As you can see, I pretty much just drag my hand all over the drawing. I'm not very organized, so I always have to like try to be a little bit more organized than I am, which is really hard. So that's why I like that process of doing the single tonal mass, and then you come in and do the darkest dark, which is usually a pupil. That's going to be the darkest dark. So now I have a light tone, which is a highlight.
Here, 8:50 p.m.
And then I have the darkest dark, and then I have a mid-tone. So I have three kind of things to gauge the hierarchy of the values. I got the highlight, I got the darkest dark, and I got a mid-tone. So I'm going to use those and try to like bring the whole drawing up all together. And Kita, it's 8:50 p.m. You're like, what? That's like 11 hours ahead of me. Oh yeah, and then you can see the highlight in the glasses. So when I get a lot more value down, I'll take my eraser and just come into here and pull like a little kind of highlight representing the glasses. So you don't have to draw the glasses all the way around. You can do it in strategic ways like that, and just let it play out by itself. So he's got an edge to his hair. He's got some highlight on top. So I'm going to go a little darker in this plane change on his hair. And then we'll come over here. Yeah,
Any tips on drawing bigger portraits? I can only seem to get a 𝔻𝕠𝕒𝕒 proportions when I draw smaller.
yeah, it's easier to draw smaller, especially for the proportions. But when you draw like a bigger size, like this 18 by 24, it's a little bit more difficult. I've been doing it this size for a long time, so it's a lot, feels a lot more natural to me. But I noticed that I have less issues when I draw like a small size, where I can see the entire head. So when you draw like this, using the thirds of the face, the proportions, practicing those really helps. And looking for comparative measuring, that helps a lot too, where you compare like, let's say from the brow to the nose, you take that measurement with your pencil and finger, and then you compare it to,
Where are you from, sir?
and then you compare it to, let's say, the bottom of the lip and see where it falls on the nose. So you're like, you can use different areas.
𝕻𝕠𝕒𝕒𝕒𝕒 pencils.
And also using angles too, like the tip of the nose through the side of the nostril and to the corner of the eye. That's a really good one. So all those little tricks really help when you're drawing like on a big scale.
This is so cool. Thank you, man.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming. Oh yeah, those are great pencils. Those 𝔻𝕠𝕒𝕒𝕒𝕒 pencils. I haven't actually. I saw, who did I see? I saw somebody on YouTube use one recently, and I got really excited. And of course, every time I see like a cool YouTube video of a demo, I want to do the exact same kind of a thing. But I gotta stay focused. I'm gonna start painting. I'm gonna have my setup on the other side of the room right here. I'm gonna start doing portrait painting on a regular basis, and I might do that as a live stream in the future. I just want to get warmed up on it because I haven't done painting in a while. So I want to make sure
Hello, Brad.
I got
Lovely
my
drawing.
Thanks.
Thanks for the tips.
Oh, you're welcome, Paula. Thank you for coming.
Why that ain't though?
So once I get that up and running and I'm all warmed up on the painting, then I think I'll start to do that on a live stream and see what happens. see if I hit the curb pretty bad, which I probably will. But it's all fun. And but yeah, I've been trying so hard to get like some income coming in, so that's why I have I've been pushing the anatomy drawing course that I have up. Check that out if you can. It's $87 right now, and it's about 14 videos, or I think that's about right. About 14 videos, maybe about 16 hours now of content. It's got 3 full-length portrait demos on it, going over everything that I know about a portrait. And before that, though, is all the courses, all the demos on the facial anatomy and the facial landscape. And yeah, so check that out if you can in the links below. Originally, it was going to be $120, but we did a sale on it for $87, and it did really well. So we just kept kept it with that price for now anyway. So it's $87 and you get like a huge amount of information that's going to blow your mind for a while. It'll keep you busy for several weeks, I'm sure. But it's really good information. It's about the facial landscape,
Brad,
essentially.
have you thought about making a Domestica course too?
Making a, let's see, making a Domestica? What's that? What's a Domestica course? I mean, is that like a, is that a, like an app or a, let's see, let me copy that. I'm going to Google it. Domestica. I get a lot of people that ask, oh, okay, Domestica classes. Best online courses. Make the most of the sale with courses starting at $10. Join the community of international creators to make, share, and grow your creative ideas. Well, that sounds kind of cool. I'm gonna have to check it out and see if it's doable. I get a lot of companies asking to repurpose my videos for like on my YouTube channel. A lot of them are from China. They want to like use it in China, like basically I think
Yeah, it's an app. A lot of artists develop content there.
Oh,
Good
cool.
afternoon from the UK.
What's up, UK? How's it going over there? Yeah, there's a lot of companies that want to repurpose for the Chinese market. I guess it's like a platform similar to YouTube, but I haven't done anything yet with it yet. I don't know which ones are trustworthy, which ones aren't. So I just sort of like let all of them go. It's weird too, because like most of the emails, some of them are pretty personal. Like you can tell they watched the video, but most of them it's like hey, I love your art, and it's like they don't say anything specific. So I kind of get the feeling like it's just like a blanket ad they put out to any creator. But every once in a while I'll get somebody that says something specific to like a video, which leads me to believe like at least there's somebody there that looked at it. But those ones usually
There's a storm happening over here. Winds up to 150 miles per hour.
For real? That's crazy. Butcher of 𝔻𝕣𝕒𝕒𝕒. That's crazy. I didn't know that. Let's see, UK weather. 150 miles. What is going on over there? National BBC weather. Latest weather conditions forecast. Let's see. Weather warning. Wow. Thousands without power as second storm approaches. Wow, that's crazy. Let's see. 150 miles an hour. That's insane. Oh, wow, look at that storm.
How many hours were you studying on your own when you were at Watts?
That's crazy.
Jeff Watts talks about practicing 5 hours every day with mindfulness and no distractions.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always pissing it down in the UK. Wow.
Man, that's crazy. Man, how many hours, what was the question? How many hours was I studying on my own when I was at Watts? I was studying, if I remember right, and I used to write it down like in the schedule, so I would make a game of it. I was trying to draw as much as possible during a week, and I was working around 32 hours a week of doing drawing or painting, either in class. That included in class and on my own. So about 32 hours. So yeah, that's quite a bit. And doing that much got me to a pretty good understanding of drawing the portrait pretty fast. 4 hours a day is pretty good. I like that. Right now I'm probably doing about 4 hours a day on a regular basis. Between the live stream and then the stuff I do afterwards, or if I do like sometimes I'll do like a longer warm-up before, like a little practice, very mindfulness practice. But yeah, I would
How do
recommend.
you sharpen your pencil? pencils so that the lead doesn't snap on you.
Sharpen it with the single-sided
Watching
razor blade.
Wow, this Bob Ross is looking great so far.
Thanks. Let me show you the blade. So these little razor blades, they seem to work the best. I've tried like X-Acto knives. I tried like.
Hello, friends.
So I'll use like a razor blade just like this and carve off the wood first, and then I'll flip this over, and then carve the actual lead. So the first thing is to kind of just peel off, like here if I get one right now.
He has a video that shows you how.
Yeah, that's right. That was one of my first videos. And then after I peel off enough of the wood, then I come back and flip the thing over and sharpen it up. You can also use like sandpaper. That helps a lot when you first start out. These last pretty long. They break when you push too hard on them, so they're kind of delicate. And if I was to push, if I want to make a little bit more of a pressure to get a darker value, then you can see my fingers on top of it and bracing it rather than being back here and pushing hard, because if I did that, then it would break pretty fast. Generally, it's a pretty hefty pencil. It can take a lot, but sometimes you get unlucky and these pencils will have breaks in them already, maybe from shipping. Lots of damage from the process of being shipped to your house. So
That
yeah.
razor has flex. Utility blades don't. There are 2 of those sharpening videos, smiley face.
Yeah. Did I do 2? I don't remember doing 2. I think Proka has one, that's for sure, and he's my Stan is a former teacher of mine from Watts Atelier, so we both learned the same process from Jeff Watts. Yeah. Jeff is. I think he's got some videos on it too. It's a pretty standard way of sharpening a pencil in the atelier scene, that's for sure. You just like anything else, you get really proficient with it after doing it every day. At first, I did break a lot of pencils, that's for sure. I don't think I ever cut myself. I think I came close a couple times, but
Gotcha. Well explained. Thanks, man. Smile.
oh yeah, very important.
What pencil are you using?
You definitely want to make sure that the razor blade is new and sharp, because if it's dull, then you'll break more pencil, that's for sure. This pencil is the Conte Paris 1710B, and let's see. So I got a lot of value
Do you like
in.
the work of Justin Moss?
I don't know him. Justin Moss? I'll have to check him out. What kind of stuff does he do? Does he have a YouTube channel? So I want to clean Bob's shirt up a little bit. I'm going to keep it pretty light, I think. Well, maybe I'll put some value in it. Let's see. So I'm gonna do something that's called the egg effect. I'm gonna pause the auto chat for a second and concentrate on the values of the portrait real quick, and I'll get back to the chat in a second. So you want to think about the egg effect, where the light's coming from the top, and the light's going to be strongest on the top of the portrait, and as we go downwards, it's going to get a little bit darker. So up here, it's going to be a little bit more light, especially on the brow. So we're going to pull that value out, and we can also come into the nose and put a little bit more value, and that helps to support a highlight if we're going to put a highlight in. So I'm just going to scumble in some value for the nose, and if this was a portrait in oil, I would make that nose what they call ruddy, like red, like a little bit more red, and red is a pretty dark value, and that would support a nice strong highlight. And the highlight on his nose kind of runs across the border, but I'm going to kind of break it up into 2. See if I like that. And maybe a little bit of a little highlight in the nasolabial crease, right up in the corner. try to build up a little bit more value around that highlight so that it pops off the page. Just a little bit. And also want to think about the structure of the nose. You want to make sure you kind of push that as well. I'm going to go a little bit darker in this underneath the nose where the cast shadow is, and that's going to flow outwards, and I can see there's a little bit of a skin poking out from the 𝔻𝕉𝕒𝕦. Let's go right up into the corner of the mouth. That's going to be a nice occlusion shadow. That's the kind of the shadow where the reflective light doesn't reach, so it's going to be a little bit darker than the other shadows, especially right underneath the plane change of the bottom lip. His beard is going to be a lot of fun. I did another live stream where we did a guy with a really long hair and a beard, and that was a lot of fun. And so we're going to do pretty much the same technique, and we're going to first build up the value, maybe a little bit of texture, and then we'll come in with the Mono Zero pen eraser and come in and look for like little highlights in the hair and rhythms and stuff like that. But we'll get to that towards the end. So that's something to look forward to. It's like one of my favorites is designing hair and stuff like that. So let's come over here. So I'll turn it back on now. I'm going to turn back the chat. So let's see, the auto chat should be back on with the crazy crazy voices. Zuri the Dreamer, what's up? My mom and I were admiring the resonance in your voice, so soothing. You should consider voice acting or relaxation script writing. Can tell you're zen enough. That's funny. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, one of the funniest comments I get on a regular basis is, oh, I love your drawings. I love your videos. Helps me fall asleep. I get that a lot.
Same. So soothing. You have more in common with Bob Ross than you might think right now. You're laughing hard.
Did you
watch the Netflix Bob Ross documentary yet?
Yeah, I did. I watched it Friday night, and it was pretty shocking. The funny part was when they were talking about how Bob Ross was purposely talking in a soothing voice to talk. They think he was trying to talk to the female audience.
Do you listen to podcasts or music while practicing?
I do, yeah. Well, if it's a practice, like a hardcore, like I'm trying to get a concept down, then I have to have nothing on it and just concentrate on it. But if I'm working like in a values or I'm already got the portrait laid down and I'm just sort of filling stuff in, then that like if I'm just working in the value stage of a drawing, then I'll turn a podcast on and just get lost and fall into the flow. But usually I like it pretty silent, especially if I'm trying to draw something that I'm not very good at, or I'm trying to learn a concept or something like that, using a new medium that I haven't used very much of or something like that. If I need to concentrate hardcore, if I'm studying hardcore, then I need silence. But then I like, to cut loose, and then when I get into like when we start designing the little tiny hairs and stuff in the beard.
Bob Ross was the king of ASMR.
He was like the godfather of it. He probably didn't even know. And then, I'll throw a podcast on and just listen to it while I'm sketching. But yeah, ASMR, especially with that brush, when he would like hit that brush against the easel, like it made like a pretty crazy sound. I can't believe his show was only 20, I think they said 27 minutes, 28 minutes, and he would do like a pretty...
Not very good, but stop being modest.
And he would do like a big oil painting, pretty good size. I mean, the techniques are pretty easy to understand and stuff, but shoot, 28 minutes? That's crazy. So I don't know how he did it. That's pretty wild. Of course, at 𝔻𝕣𝕒𝕒𝕒 they do 20-minute demos, and that's pretty wild too, to watch somebody draw from life and draw a decent portrait in 20 minutes, full value. That's pretty wild. If you ever seen that from the instructors over at 𝔻𝕣𝕒𝕒𝕒, it's pretty amazing. Like Ben Young is so good at it. Of course, Jeff Watts, Lucas, man, those guys are awesome. Meadow. My favorite person to watch demo is Meadow, just on portrait painting, or actually any kind of painting. If it's like still life or whatever, her colors are just amazing. It's really fun to watch. But yeah, it looked like Bob Ross got taken advantage of a little bit. I don't know what kind of contract he signed, but it seemed like that one lady took control of his name and just started a company from it. And that's why you see like all kinds of Bob Ross products now. I didn't know that. I thought it was like the family, you know, like I thought it was like his son, I didn't know what kind of family he had, but I just assumed it was like his family that was putting those products out. I didn't know it was just some company that just making money off of him. It's kind of a bummer. It's the American way though. Pretty much. Business. So I'm surprised his son didn't seem like he tried too hard to get back, right? Didn't seem like he was trying too hard to go after it, but I don't know the backstory at all. Let's see. I'm gonna check my stream, make sure everything's good. Okay, good. But it's a pretty cool story, or pretty entertaining at least. It's just kind of sad. But yeah, I used to watch him when I was a kid. I wasn't crazy about the paintings. It was more like, I don't know, seemed like older people liked it more than like kids and stuff, but it was still, he seemed like a cool dude. I'll still watch it. I think he said he started a kids show towards the end of his life.
You go by the same routine.
For your warm up, you go by, yeah, pretty much. I do the circles, or I just do like a very quick 5-minute portrait, just like a quick head study, just anything really, just to get the cobwebs off. In fact, I actually didn't do a warm up today, so hopefully it works out. Mostly I'm just doing shading today. I'm trying to get like a nice control of the values. His hair is so soft. I'm probably going to lose this edge right here into the background, so it kind of connects a little bit. So I'm going to look for areas on the portrait where I can connect the background and the foreground. Hey babe, is he up? He's up? He's just chilling in the little pen. Hey, you guys want to see our new dog Koa? I can pull him out and see if he'll play for the camera if you want.
Do you feel intimidated to start oils after doing pencil work for so long?
Yeah, definitely. It gets in the head. It's like the fear factor, right? The fear starts to creep in. But I've done so many portraits. It's just been a few months, so it's not too bad. I know once I start, I'll love it.
Remember I said good morning.
Okay. Good morning. But yeah, like when you don't do something for a while, especially with like art, it seems like the fear starts to creep in, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna be as good as I used to be." Oh, here, you can put him down right there, and he'll be on camera. Huh? Yeah, there he is. Here, let me I'll pick him. Hey, where is he going? Hey, buddy. He looks like charcoal, huh? Here, I'll just bring him over here. Here he is. There he is. Here he is. Want to see Bob Ross? Want to see Bob Ross? Can you draw? Look, everybody's drawing. Isn't that crazy?
That's cool.
He already started drawing. Be careful, don't get stabbed. Look, he's drawing. He's a cutie, huh? You're a cutie, huh?
Put charcoal on.
I heard that the contract splits the shares to surviving partners. So apparently the super capitalist partner was the last survivor.
He's like, what is going
Cute
on?
heart. Oh geez, cute doggo.
He's kind of calm right now.
I know.
I think he hasn't been in here
Is
with
he a
all the lights on.
schnauzer? H-E-S lovely.
Yeah, he's a schnauzer. He's what, 8 weeks old? He's stealing the camera.
The sweetest glowing star. That coat colour is called blue merle in other breeds. Beautiful.
That voice though. Want a pencil? Aw, he's just looking at me like, what are you doing over there? I hear you talking really loud and there's nobody in here but you.
Where's the camera? The
Oh, there's
second
my-
camera.
Huh?
Where's the second camera?
Oh, it's on number 2. There you go. So he's right in front of Snoopy. Yeah. So I put the second camera, the Koa cam. That's the Koa cam. Yeah, he's really loving. He's really caring. He's a very nice dog. We got lucky. So far, so good. Anyway. Now we got the Koa cam doing a Bob Ross with the schnauzer in the background. Why not? Why not? Oh, he grabbed one of my wires earlier. He grabbed the iPhone charger wire and he was attacking it, and I was trying to distract him, trying to keep him from chewing up the wires. What's he doing? Yeah, he's going. See, he's looking for that wire again. I fully expect him to poop at some point on my rug, which I've decided that it's okay.
Hi, is that 𝔸𝕟𝕒𝕥𝕥𝕥𝕥?
Hey, what's up? The redacted computer. Hey, what's up? Good to see you. Working on Bob Ross, and probably in a couple of days, gonna work on a schnauzer portrait too, huh, babe? Can you see it on the camera? Oh, you see it on that one. You can flip that screen
I
over.
recently got into royals. I love their medium. Get amazing blends in my opinion.
Gerbil Ross, that's funny. That's it. I recently got into oils. Oh yeah, it's
Their
really
medium.
it's a really good forgiving medium, the oil painting. Like compared to like watercolor, it's like way easier. I think like if you make a mistake, you can you can scrape off the oil and start again. Whereas with watercolor, you pretty much you made your bed, you're stuck with it, kind of a thing, right?
HES got a stash on the schnoz.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, poor Bob Ross. They were like trying to say he got sick from the spirits, the paint thinners. But I don't know. I mean, people get sick. You know, they get
I
cancer.
think Bob Ross painted
What happened?
the wall with that kind of brush.
He bit you?
Like, I'm trying to get him to rub it with my arm.
Oh. Oh yeah,
If
right.
you gently scratch the upper back or side of your pooch, it may like the back scratch.
Yeah, it does look like he's gonna paint a wall. That's a huge brush. I would never use that size. Well, I wouldn't say never. I'll probably use this size for like 2 or 3 like cool strokes in the background to make it look different. But other than that, see, like that butt scratched. So I'm just working these edges, trying to make them a little bit darker here and there. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Come over here. Come over here. Come over here, buddy. Come here, Colin.
That's good. It's fine. Who's that?
Ah! What's up? Say hi to the world. Say hi, world.
Imagine your dog becomes a posh dog that takes everything.
That's the plan.
That's the plan. That's the
Waiting
plan.
for his little beret.
His little beret. Oh yeah, we're gonna put a little art. He's gonna be the art critique, the art critic. He's gonna have a little beret.
He likes this for the playground.
I think I don't think he likes the hardwood floor because he keeps slipping and falling. So I think you're right. We should have got like a rug for the front room. Maybe we can go and pick one up today. What do you think?
Sure. Put him in the jacket.
Huh?
Oh. The wires.
Yeah, if we lose the stream, you know what
can
happened.
Whistle and snap your fingers at him, and the dog will come.
I can't snap.
Yeah, he does that. I'm gonna save the snaps though. I'm gonna save it for attack.
Koa. Koa.
When I teach him how to attack somebody.
Koa. There he goes.
Oh, you went right to the live stream wire. That's so funny.
Hi everybody. I'm stealing Daddy's show. I'll be the new star now, okay? Tell Dad that I'm the new star. I'll be drawing for you guys.
I don't know. Did he go to art school at all? Does he have any? Can I see his portfolio?
He's like a little Bob Ross.
Yeah, he looks like a little Bob Ross, huh?
This is.
Before he got his haircut.
Koa
You know.
made this.
Yeah.
He's a little
He
Bob
did?
Ross.
That's
The
a.
dog will have a top hat, monocle, and a thin suit with white gloves while critiquing all.
He will. You're right. He for real. He's gonna be like a famous art critic. He'll never draw or paint, but he'll critique.
He
Just-
likes going.
Huh?
He likes going.
He likes my foot.
Using the same pencil from start to finish, or you mix some.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing, buddy?
Your little art family with green socks.
I know. I'm wearing green socks. I'm quite aware.
Is that not showing the green screen or something?
On this camera it does, but on the other one it wouldn't.
That would be funny.
My feet would be missing. What are you doing down there, buddy? Huh? What are you doing? Do you like kneaded erasers?
No, he likes the wood.
You like the wood?
No, delicious.
Does that smell? You can't see. Can you see it? Smell it? No, he doesn't like it. Oh, he's itchy.
Yeah. Need to figure out.
Yeah, he's gonna be distracting for for trying to draw and stuff later, I'm sure.
Play squeak toy sound effects from a tablet or phone from a YouTube video and watch the dog go bonkers.
He's pretty mild, like.
She doesn't
Oh, there he goes. You're right. Oh no. Yeah.
Not even looking.
Hey, you just ran away. But he did go bump.
Oh, he peed.
Oh, he peed? Yay, he peed.
On the carpet.
Alright, that's alright. He peed on the carpet instead of the rug.
It's little. It's little.
Take him over to the
Come here.
potty area.
Come there.
I saw you in the middle last night. You had him pee on the potty area. Like he learned pretty quick.
Carpet right now?
Like you taught him pretty well, pretty quick.
For the size comparison by eye technique you do with pencil, do you have to be away from reference a certain distance to be accurate? I need to start doing this.
That's a good idea, or a good question. I have it up on the screen across the room. Here, I can show you. I'll spin the camera around. So I have it on a TV screen. There you go. So I have it over here. See, it's sitting sitting on some containers, and then the TV screen is just sitting up there, and then come back around to me. So I think it's probably about 10 feet away, and then basically what I'm trying to do is trying to mimic somebody actually being, like the model actually being over there, that good distance and the size that I have the file, the photo pulled up, because I like to try my best to mimic life drawing. It's not the best situation, but when you don't have money to hire a model and stuff, or you don't have people every day coming over.
He hit his head.
He hit his head? Oh. Yeah, he's no. Is he in the pen?
Yeah.
So.
I need to put this up on
But you can draw from reference on a smaller scale, like off of your phone. I mean, I do that all the time as well. But this is my favorite, just having it on the other side of the room, especially for like figure drawing. I just try to set it up just like I was doing life drawing, to try to keep.
Brad, what is the name of the mirror thing that old art masters used to reflect something onto a canvas?
Oh, I don't know. I kind of know what you're talking about. Is that like the thing that they think Vermeer used to like project? I think it was like upside down as well. Like I think they use like direct sunlight outside, and they have like a little hole in the wall or something, and the light would come through and project onto a. I think they used a lens. I don't remember. I remember seeing some documentary about it, that they think like some of the they think some of the masters were cheating, some of the great masters in the past. Oh, it was like, I think it was Hockney, like the famous artist David Hockney.
Obscura.
Yeah, Camera Obscura. Good job, David. Thank you. But yeah, he was trying to say, it sounded like David Hockney was trying to say like these guys didn't have the skill that you think they had, that they were cheating and using these techniques. But it's like, come on, man. It's like, I don't know. It just seemed like somebody that was trying to like take away the skill that these masters had. Maybe they did use it, maybe they didn't. Maybe they used a combination of anatomies, knowledge and just hard work and know-how, and on top of that they also use projectors, which a lot of people use today. Like a lot of professionals, I've met a lot of really good artists, really good draftsmen, and they use projectors because of their business, because it's like they don't have time to draw everything out freehand, but they have a high level of skill. They can definitely do
These
it.
things makes professionals because no one think about it.
They just don't have that time. They're trying to get something out fast for the business part of it. So they use projectors and project the image onto the canvas, and then from there they design the painting or whatever it is. So I don't think it's wrong to use projectors. I didn't like to do it when I was in art school because I wanted to learn to draw, and I didn't want to get into the habit of relying on just projecting something or making like a grid, you know, where you do the grid layout and then you draw square by square. I used to do that in high school, and it was very unsatisfying, so I stopped doing it. My favorite is just drawing freehand. That's like the most satisfying way to draw for me anyway. But I imagine the old masters probably used a combination. They probably used the if they had the technology available, they probably used the projector, the 𝔸𝕟𝕒𝕥𝕥𝕣𝕒 here and there. But you can see their old drawings and you can tell they're from life. They're not obviously not like projected or traced. So I don't know. It depends. Not everybody had that technology back then anyway. But that documentary I saw a long time ago, it seemed like they're trying to explain it away, the skill that they learned as like, oh, you know what, they were just tracing, oh, they were just projecting. But I don't know. I'm not convinced. I think most of them went through ateliers. They went and learned from somebody and studied 4 or 5 hours a day, probably, like you were talking about earlier, and learned the skill. Alright, so I'm building up the value, trying to get some texture in the hair. I'm kind of distracted with this dog over here. Cute little guy.
Hi, Brad. Sorry for late. I just fall asleep.
Did my voice put you to sleep? It's good to see you. Thanks for coming over. I think most of you are like in a different time zone than I am, and it's like late at night, or at least in the evening. I'm gonna pull some highlights out here. Let's see. So tomorrow, I'm not streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm streaming on Patreon, just so you know. Monday is the Patreon Wake and Draw Club, and we do weekly homework. I give out homework, and if you're in the
another word for art master school.
And if you're in the art club, it's $8 a month, and you'll have every week I'll give you a critique. So if you have like a drawing from the class that you want some help on, you can ask me a question and send me a picture of it through my personal email, and I'll try my best to give you like a good feedback and how to improve, or what was really good about it, or just whatever question you have. I'll try to do my best to answer it. And that's tomorrow on Patreon, Wake and Draw Club, $8 a month. And yeah, so I'm gonna come over here and pull out this little highlight in the glasses. It's like really fun to do. And you can see a little bit of a highlight over here.
Art will use projectors especially for backgrounds.
Yeah.
When we focus one thing like paint, there's no wrong in doing projections for outlines.
Yeah, the whole idea is like make a very difficult and time-consuming task a lot easier, and just try not to like let it become a crutch, and because there is that risk that you'll kind of lean on it a little bit too much, and then you start to lose your overall skill. So you don't want to do that. But I don't think there's anything bad about using the projector. Like I said, when I was in art school, I didn't want to use it because I was trying to build my skill level, and I was afraid, because I kind of know myself, and I'm afraid that I'll fall in the habit of just relying on it too much, and I didn't want it to interrupt my my development yet. Yeah, but now I'll probably, if I was working in the industry and I was doing that commissions.
Even if you use a device to get the outlines, the rendering still involves a lot of skill.
Exactly, yes. That's perfectly said. Yeah, the rendering. It's like, yeah, you can see the line work being traced or something, or projected, but you still got all those, the values, the edges. Yeah, it's a lot of work. Design, a lot of design, which you don't get when you do tracing. You don't get a lot of cool design work. All right, let's see. So, trying to look at my bob, see what I'm doing with bob over here. Kind of blasting in a lot of tone really fast, so I kind of want to back off a little bit and look at the nuances a little bit more. And let's see, maybe a little bit of a plane change right there. A slight highlight here. A little bit of a cast shadow wrapping around that lip. But yeah, that's an excellent question. That's a very controversial topic too, talking about projecting. Like, people get really upset, some of them, like that, you know, artists use those tools. But I mean, come on, we use Photoshop like crazy, right? Like, a lot of times, like, I'll take a picture of my drawing.
Any tips for likeness?
Yeah, so a lot of times I'll take a picture of my drawing, right, and I'll pump it up a little bit in Photoshop, or actually I use Lightroom to make the line work a little bit darker, just so you can see it, especially if I'm doing like it's like a photo of a lay-in, because it's like in person it looks dark, but when I take a photo of it, it just looks a little bit too kind of like washed out. So then I'll try to pump up the darkness a little bit. What do they call it? I think it's...
I notice that my art always comes out better when I draw it for myself than for someone else.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, how to get likeness? That's a good question. Here, let me pause the live chat for a second so I can answer that question about likeness. Let's see. Who asked that? Let's see. Any tips... Marthin, any tips for likeness? So one is overall head shape. So just looking for like the overall shape of the person's head. Next is the length of the thirds of the face. So going from like the brow to the hairline versus the middle, from nose to the brow, and then nose down to the chin. So looking at the relative distance between those thirds, because they're not going to be equal all the time. People are different. So you have the head shape, you have the thirds, and then you have the length of the face compared to the width. So that's the other way to get the likeness. And then on top of that, you can do angles. So like going from the middle of the lip, right here, touching the side of the nostril, and then seeing where it lands across the eye. So you see like the corner of the eye is on this angle. You can use this angle over here. You can see just how everything lines up for that particular person, that particular likeness. So that overall head shape, you might do like big blocky shape first, and then do the center line, the head tilt, and look for those thirds and see how they measure out compared to each other. And then look for angles of the features. And that seems to work pretty well. But yeah, getting likeness is really hard, and it just takes time. And I hit the curb. I missed the mark a lot on likeness, and it's a difficult thing. And sometimes it's fun just not to even try. Like, just grab a reference and just have fun and change it. Just try to make a cool looking drawing. That's fun as well. You don't always have to like make it look like somebody. But if you're doing commissions, of course, you want it to look like the person, unless the person doesn't like themselves, and then you can like draw or paint somebody exactly like they look, and then the person will hate it, and it's like, it's so frustrating. You're just like you look like that. That's what you look like, and they don't like it. It's like, yeah, that's why I don't like commissions that much. You run into that every once in a while. Most people are fine, but every once in a while you run into somebody like that. It's like, bro, that's what you look like.
Ross is an enchanting human being, but his show has almost zero educational value. You don't learn anything really, and his shows reinforce unfortunate assumptions about painting, drawing.
Yeah, it's like the methods that he uses are kind of like almost, what do you call it, like formulaic. So like a mountain is like the palette knife being kind of like zigzaggy, kind of breaking up.
Love your streams, by the way. Usually a silent watcher.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for not being silent. Thanks for watching. But yeah, it's like formulaic, sort of like those. In that documentary, there was like another art show that was on at the same time, and they kind of worked with each other, I guess. But they would
Say
do.
your opinion in realism, hyperrealism, and artist level.
They would do
Thank
like.
you so much.
They would do like flowers, like they take like a brush and load it up with paint, and then do like a very formulaic swirl for like a petal, and then we do like 5 of those. So every
And
petal.
once again, I think he's such a good guy.
So every petal kind of look the same. I don't know. I just don't like that style. But if it gets people interested in art and they're making art, dude, that's awesome. Who cares? As long as they're having fun. I mean, it's better than the freaking like white paintings that I saw at the gallery down here at the Museum of Art in Austin, where it's like seriously just blank canvases, white paint, and it's like, that's the art show. It was like a huge room, like huge, filled with like 5 so-called works of art, and it was just blank canvases, and it's so insulting. It's just like, what are you trying to say? Like, exactly, like, what are you trying to say with a blank painting like that? It's not even a painting, it's just gessoed over or whatever. And then the stupid paragraph next to the white painting says, like, oh, the details are in the corner. Like, come on, man. At least try, like, do something inspirational. Anyway, so that's the whole thing. It was like Bob Ross, it inspired a lot of people, my mom included. It got her painting, and then it kind of like, for my mom, it was like, I think that's how she started with oil painting, was from Bob Ross, and then she just took off
Yeah,
with
sure.
it.
He definitely made people paint, and that's a nice smiley face.
And it was sort of
Those
like,
art gallery auctions are just money laundering schemes.
it's crazy, right? But Bob Ross, for my mom, I think it was like a gateway drug, because my mom's super artistic already, and she was doing a lot of carpentry, and she made her own clothes, just everything. It's amazing what my mom can do, skill-wise, with all kinds of different ways. Even plumbing, like copper, what do you call it, like welding, to name it. My mom's like probably done it. But the oil painting started, I think it started with Bob Ross, or at least it projected or propelled her towards like her own stuff. And she was really good at oil
I
painting.
love using negative space to help with proportion.
Like I said, she used to do commission work too in portrait oil, and she could have kept that going as like a profession, but it was just, she just didn't enjoy it, like, and she didn't need it, so you know what I mean, like, she didn't need that for like to make a living. So, and she's not out to get famous either, so
Your
it's
mom is a
kind of
modern
funny.
Renaissance woman.
Yeah, she is. She's amazing. She's like, it's crazy because she's always like taking notes. She has like magazines, like, I don't know, like decor magazines, art magazines, and she'll like read the articles and write in the margins, and every like art book she has got like tons of her own notes in it and diagrams, and like, yeah, she's a nerd.
We would love to see some artworks of your mom.
Yeah, that would be great, but she will not let me. She will kick my butt if I ever put her stuff online. Yeah, it's just, yeah, the only way you can see it is if you come over to the house to visit. Yeah. Nah, she would kill me if I put something online. She's really shy about it. She's really good. It's crazy. It's just insane. But yeah, she's one of those artists that just doesn't need the fame at all. You ever hear, like, you see like those stories about like an artist that nobody knew about until after they passed away, and maybe they were like a loner and they passed away, and and they discovered the body, and they go inside their house, and they, oh my gosh, there's like 5,000 paintings like lined up on the walls in every room. It's like a hoarder situation, but it's like beautiful artwork, and nobody ever knew about it. And he was just his entire existence, nobody knew that he was like a painter, and now it's like this most amazing artwork. Yeah, it's not that extreme, but yeah, my mom's definitely, I don't know, she's enjoying her life up in the mountains and nature, and she does what she wants, and that's the best thing. Paints, draws, whatever she wants. When she had COVID last year,
Octopus 8. Bob was a great teacher. Fact.
I was up there taking care of her. She just got out of the hospital, and she was really, really weak, and was just trying to make sure she had water and she ate, and I helped her, to the bathroom. She was so weak, I almost had to basically carry her. But when she started getting a little bit stronger, she was still like in bed, or actually in the lazy boy chair, and she had sweatpants, like these kind of like a light gray sweatpants, and she was able to put her leg up like this, like on one side, and she would just draw on her with a pen. She would just draw freehand, like little portraits of people and flowers and what else, like cars, whatever, just a whole sheet of different drawings on her sweatpants. And I was like, Mom, what the heck is this? This is crazy. This really good. And she's like, oh, I always do this. And what she does is she'll draw on her sweatpants like that, and then when she puts it through the wash, they'll just get washed off, and then she'll draw something new on top of it. So it was like her sweatpants were like, I didn't know she was doing that all the time. So that was like her thing, like while she was watching TV or just relaxing in the front room, she would doodle on her sweatpants, and then wash them, and then doodle on them again. It's like pretty funny. And I took a picture of it, but I can't show you, like I said, because she'll kick my butt. But they're really good drawings. It's like her little sketchbook is her pants. It's so funny. I'm so not paying attention to my drawing here. I'm like, I don't know who's drawing right now, because my hand is working, but my brain is thinking about tons of other stuff. So funny. But yeah, my mom, she's incredible. And my dad is not an artist, but he did do a drawing once of a rabbit, and it took him a long time, and he was really proud of it, and we still have it framed. It's on the wall.
Who also got famous after his death, had only 2 points in his will. Don't publish my books, glad they didn't follow through, and don't put a beetle on the cover of Metamorphosis. Ha ha ha. What are you missing?
Kafka, yeah. I think I remember hearing about that. Let's see. I need to control this value a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I'm not paying attention to my drawing enough. Let's come over here. Let's put some texture in his mustache. Let's see. Let's look at the glasses. Yeah, let's hit some of these lines a little bit harder. I'm gonna make it look. I'm gonna do like a combination of line work and values. I don't know, I'm just going to keep it pretty raw looking. Lots of happy accidents on the Bob Ross. And he took Bob Ross is, if you watch his show, he talks a lot about like happy accidents, just enjoy it.
Do you help your mom in her paintings? And
it sounded like he was just trying to get people to get art in their life, like, and I think that's really important. for some reason, it's like at a certain point in when we're kids, I don't know, maybe around 10 years old, a lot of people start to lose their artistic focus, I guess you could say. I don't know, it's like, okay, you had fun, you were a kid, you had fun drawing, now it's time to learn something that can make money.
There are artists that don't want the fame as it brings a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Artists like their privacy in their lives.
Don't you pay attention to rendering shadows and subtle tones in your drawings? No wonder you're so good at it. I should try that instead of daydreaming.
Daydreaming? Don't stop daydreaming. Daydreaming is fun. Let's see. There are artists that don't want fame as it brings a lot of attention. That's true. Let's see. Octopus B. I like that. That's funny. Yeah, rendering shadows and subtle tones. Yeah, it takes work. A lot of knowledge with like the plane changes of the face helps, especially for like the midtones, like over here, and understanding how the light is stronger at the top of the portrait. As we go down, it gets a little bit darker in the light side, so you kind of develop that hierarchy of the values as well. But yeah, like this one's pretty rough. I kind of distracted with chit-chatting and stuff, but I'll work on this tonight, and when I work on it tonight, I'll probably listen to a podcast and just work like the edges a little bit different, more detail. I'll probably can't see very much in this
Good
reference.
morning from Vancouver Island.
Vancouver.
I just finished a 30-day portrait challenge. Now can't wait to get started on your course I purchased a few weeks ago.
Nice.
I actually noticed something non-artists like thumbnails and sketches more than actual finished artwork.
Nice.
OMG, you just answered what I was about to ask, what to focus on.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Oh, thanks for Bunny Kisses 1000. Thanks for buying the course. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, check out the course if you want to learn more about like the facial landscape, and basically, even though it's focused on anatomy, those 3 long format portrait demos at the end, I take you from the beginning where you do the lay-in, then you do the shadow mapping, then you start the values, and then you build it up all the way to the finish. So there's three full demos at the end of that course, at the end of the portrait anatomy course. Just that alone is a lot of information, not only about the anatomy of the face. So there's a lot there. So just take your time with it, Bunny Kisses. Just start from the top, like the intro, and then all the way down through the muscles and the muscle dissection lab, and then the fat pads and ligaments. And those are really kind of like when I first learned about the fat pads and ligaments, it blew my mind. Like I didn't realize what was like the underlying form of the face. Like why do older people look the way they do and they have the rhythms they do, and just how the face changes as we get older. And most of it's due to those fat pads and how the fat pads lose volume. And then when it loses volume, then the elasticity of the face kind of like sag, but the ligaments stay in the same place. So it's really interesting. You start to see like certain kind of grooving in the face based on age, and it's really fascinating. So I cover that a lot, and facial expressions and features, of course. But yeah, it's really, really interesting, fascinating how the facial landscape will actually migrate south, basically, and it's pretty cool. And a lot of it has to do with genetics as well.
I plan on working my through and peeked at it a bit, but wanted to give it my 100% attention.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, if you also if you have any questions, just ask me on Instagram, and I'll try to get to it. Right now, there's quite a bit of people asking questions about it, but I try my best to get to everybody, especially if they bought the course. But yeah, I probably won't be able to do that for too much longer because it's starting to get kind of busy on Instagram. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. It's like I like to help people as much as possible, but the time it takes now, like there's so many people, which is a good thing too, right? But I do my
I always
best.
struggle to capture likeness. Would you say it's mostly about proportions? Not a big Instagram user, but I will, thanks.
Yeah, definitely proportions and the specific proportions to the person, not just like those generic proportions like you learn with the Loomis method. The Loomis method is really good, don't get me wrong, I really like it, and I learned that at the beginning. That's helped immensely.
Hi Brad, what kind of software are you using to live stream?
But at some point you have to kind of, if you want the likeness of the person, you might have to deviate from that formulaic setup that comes from the Loomis, where it's like 3 equal parts, stuff like that. And you have to look for specific things to the person. So maybe they have like a really long nose, so you make sure you got that. And also, like I said, the angles from like the center line of the face right through the mouth, going up through the side of the nostril and to the eye. Looking for those angles helps a lot. Angle of the jaw, yeah, that helps a lot too. I'm using OBS. 𝔻𝕣𝕒𝕥𝕤, what's up? Yeah, I'm using the OBS program. Do you live stream too? I kind of want to put some curls.
If you have to pay attention, how much does the time displacement charge you?
So I'm going to draw like little tight little curls, which apparently his hair is...
I'd over 250 Loomis heads and I'm still not comfortable or happy with using it.
The time displacement? Let's see. 250 Loomis heads and I'm still not comfortable or happy with
I'm
it.
thinking about starting.
Yeah, that's it takes a while, man. If I even now, like, well, I don't know, like drawing Loomis heads, they have like a certain look, right? They look like you see a Loomis head, you know it's a Loomis head. But I don't
You're
know.
inspiring me.
I would definitely try to draw them from memory, but also try to do, like, I used to do a portrait in the morning as a warm-up, and then later that day while I'm at work I try to remember what that portrait looked like and draw it like on a little notepad, like I drew a lot on these guys when I was at work, these little post-it notes. So like if I drew Bob Ross in the morning, then I'll be at work, I swear to you, like later in the day, and I'm trying to like sketch out what I did earlier in the morning. And that was really fun, and it helped me remember like the structure of the face, because I'm trying to remember how to lay them out and stuff like that. And you'll probably be pretty shocked at how well you'll remember how to draw somebody.
Say you got to pay attention. Do you pull out your wallet and tell them you're broke?
And
Yeah, I'm happy with my Loomis drawings and can somehow consistently draw the same character I made up, but I can't ever make a convincing portrait of an actual person.
I try to deviate. In one of Loomis's books, he actually talks about deviating from the 3 equal parts, and the idea where you can take like a overall head shape. Like he has like funny looking shapes, and then he turns them into portraits. So like
Yes, the Loomis heads tend to look the same.
So-
I have more success with eyeballing and using a proportional divider, but ultimately would love to not rely on it.
Like I think he'll have like different head shapes, like a triangle,
I'm a fan of where I can draw BTW.
and then he'll have like another head that's like this, where the jaw line is like really big, and then the eyes are really close together. And so he talks about like deviating from the the basic head of the Loomis head, and look for those funny odd shapes, like even like doing
Nice drawing, Brad.
like
I
doing
guess that in order to get something, you have to draw a lot, and through habit, your mind will get used to it.
and I think he actually has these kind of shapes that he has, like you try to draw from and create like these weird different kind of characters based on like basic geometric mother forms, where he usually uses a circle but also using like upside down triangles like this one, and just trying to build faces from that. It's really interesting, and a lot of times you'll see like a model that you're trying to draw, and you'll see like, oh wow, they have like a really big jaw, like a very muscular face, thick neck, everything looks like it's going into like a triangle, and that's where you get the likeness a lot, when you look for those big shapes. Let's see. Let's see. Black and white, thank you, I appreciate it. Fong, what's up? Thanks, Fong, good to see you.
Yeah, if I make an uncommon Loomis character, it's like one of those 25 variations of the same car model.
Yeah.
99.9% a standard Loomis head, but with a different nose, haha.
Yeah,
What book is that you mentioned? Seems like an interesting idea to obfuscate the Loomis head.
I wonder if that's the, it's one of the Loomis books that he did that. I think I might have it somewhere. I don't remember. I think it's just, is it in the Drawing Heads and Hands? Do you guys know? Drawing the Head and Hands book? I think so. I think it's one of those Loomis books where he goes into the funny shapes. It's almost like cartoony, but it really works. I mean, cartoons, you know, caricatures, it's based on like the big shapes, right? So it makes sense that it works really well.
This method is just to get angles and placement right. Rest of things we have to compare with reference.
Yeah.
I think it's fun with a pen.
I think there's a black man who had a mugshot where his neck was literally out of Fist of the North Star or DBZ. Big neck man.
Well, you guys ever see what's that show where they have a big neck? What's that guy's name? No Neck Fred? No Neck Ed. What show is that? What?
It's in both drawing heads and hands and fun with a pencil, I think.
Yeah, No Neck Ed. I actually saw him at the mall. That was weird. Yeah. But he has like that kind of an upside down triangle kind of look to the face.
"90 Days Fiancé."
Yeah, that's
Embarrassed to know
the
that.
that's the one. 90 Day Fiance. That's so funny. Embarrassed to know that. Octopus 8, you're embarrassed to,
Thanks,
yeah.
David. We'll check it out.
Yeah, I actually knew that. I didn't want to say it.
Oh yeah, lol. Is it 90 Day Fiancé, lol?
The funny thing is, I saw him at the mall, and I couldn't help but stare at him, and I actually walked like a semicircle around the guy, and I didn't realize I was just staring at him, walking around like he was like an object, like a weird object. It was like weird to see somebody famous, but I don't know. Usually if I see somebody that, you know,
Pretty sure Big Neck was one of the first pages of Fun with a Pencil, the comic style you just mentioned.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we should actually draw him. No Neck Ed. How to draw necks. Starting with No Neck Ed. He actually has a neck, it's just really thick. Let's see. I don't know if you can see the texture. I'm trying to put in the beard a little bit. And Bob
I
needs...
legit thought that thick neck black guy was going to speak in anime lip sync with some sort of power that is up on HES, some sort of protag who's on a quest to become the strongest human being.
That must be a redacted computer. You have like the best little mini rants. Sort of power that is OP, and he's some sort of protag who on a quest to become the strongest human being. It's weird. I love it. Let's see. Yeah, Bob needs a lot more work today. So I'll probably listen to like a Joe Rogan podcast or something and try to tighten up some of those details in his beard.
Bro, Fist of the North Star manga, the characters look epically manly, thick necks, and the bodies are usually 9 heads tall.
Oh yeah, the proportions, the heroic proportions. I've taken a picture of myself once to measure out how many heads tall I am, and that was pretty fun. I'm trying to remember how it wasn't 9, it wasn't 8. It was.
Hey, don't stare at me because I'm famous, Brad. Oh no, sorry. I'm just interested in the comic style you're built.
Yeah, exactly.
My procrastination skill would never agree with my drawing skills to do a live stream like this are.
Yeah, it was really rude of me to just walk around and stare. I didn't realize I was doing it until when I did realize, I was like, I immediately walked away. Like, jeez, can't believe I did that. I don't like seeing famous people. It weirds me out. One time I was...
Would you ever wear a chef hat with a monocle and white gloves as you draw?
No. Would I? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I might. I don't know.
7.5 or 8 heads is standard proportion, I think.
I'd rather wear a fur coat. Like a leopard print fur coat that I have in the closet. I'd rather wear that. I'm going to make his eyebrow a little bit darker. Yeah, I can't wait to work on this guy later today. Get in the groove. Hit the darkest darks. So I'll probably come in here and probably take this pretty dark. So I'll hit some dark spots right now. Like we got the pupil, but like on this edge right here, I really like that edge. In the smile area, you want to get that pretty dark. Especially in the corner of the mouth and the beard, under the nose. And definitely down here on this kind of like bottom border of the beard. You want that pretty dark. So I'm going to look for those little dark areas and kind of...
Maybe a leopard print fur coat with a monocle and a beret.
Well, yeah, that's a good compromise. I like that. That's good. That's good. I was thinking more like a cowboy hat and a fur coat. That's
Brad, have you seen the Fist of the North Star manga or anime?
No, I haven't. Fist of the North Star. Have you seen that, babe? Anime called Fist of the North Star. I'm punching it into Google. Oh, that looks pretty cool, actually. Wow.
You already dead.
That's pretty rad. It's amazing what people can do. It's awesome. Here I am just doing like little drawings.
Will you ever hold your pinky out on your drawing hand as you draw?
Maybe.
Kenshiro. Talking of berets, Bob Ross was a drill sergeant in the army before he worked on TV.
That's what I heard.
𝔸𝕟𝕒𝕥𝕠𝕦.
Yeah, I heard he was a drill sergeant. Can you imagine him? He's probably like, oh, you made a little happy little mistake. Give me 20 push-ups! Do it now. He's sleeping?
I put him in his crate.
Oh, that's sweet.
He's not crying.
Were you up late? You were, huh? Every 2 hours?
Well, I tried not to after the last one when I told you to go in the bedroom.
Alright. Cool. Alright, guys. I think that's pretty much it. It's already been an hour and 40 minutes. That went really fast. You got to meet Koa. He's taking a nap now. He's only 8 weeks old. So I don't know when he'll be ready to start critiquing drawings and paintings. But he's going to be our little art critic. But thanks guys for coming.
𝔸𝕟𝕒𝕥𝕥𝕢 is based on Bruce Lee and Sylvester Stallone. with a tire of Mad Max of the 1980s.
𝔸𝕟𝕒 is based on Bruce Lee. Who's 𝔸𝕟𝕒? I like Mad Max. I used to love that when I was a kid. But yeah, anyway. Thanks guys for coming. I appreciate it. Again, check out the drawing course if you haven't. See if you like it. It's on sale now for $87.
Bob Ross, WIP
And,
up some recruits, Bob Ross, WIP up some trees.
And it covers all the anatomy that you need for the face. And it's got 3 full-length portrait demos at the end where I go over every step of the way. And just a lot of fun. It's really, really interesting to learn all the muscles of the face. And also on Monday tomorrow, today is Sunday, right, babe? Mm-hmm. Okay, just making sure. Monday is the Wake and Draw Club on Patreon. That's $8 a month. And give out homework every week and a critique. If you guys need help on the homework, I'll give you my personal email. And that's Patreon, $8. And the portrait anatomy drawing course is $87. It's on sale right now. Normally it's $120, but now it's on now it's for $87. And that's the spiel. So thanks again, everybody. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much. Octopus B, what's up? Starred, good to see you. Thank you very much for coming. Marthin, David, everybody. Redacted Computer as always. And really appreciate it, guys. So that was pretty much Bob Ross, but he's probably only about 80% done. I'll finish maybe he's like, he might be close to 90. I just got to do some like details and like hit those little darker spots, like I said. I'm gonna leave his hand pretty much the way it is. Might do a little bit more value, but we'll see. I don't know. I'll watch a podcast or listen to a podcast while I draw today, get in the flow, and I'll probably post this one either tonight or tomorrow on Instagram. Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. Really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.
𝔸𝕟𝕒𝕥𝕣𝕒 is the character of the Fist of the North Star smiley face.
Oh, okay. Got it. Saman, what's up? Good to see you. Yeah, 𝔸𝕟𝕒 is the character of Fist of the North Star.
Smiley face.
Hey.
Okay, hand medium light skin tone. Okay, hand medium light skin tone.
Thanks for coming. I really appreciate it. I'm always happy you guys come. It would be pretty boring if there's nobody here. It's just me drawing into the void. Live streaming for no one. That would be. I'd probably still do it actually. I don't know. It's fulfilling my childhood dream of being a radio station DJ. In this case, I'm drawing instead of spinning records. I wish I could play records. I wish I could play music while I'm like streaming, but you know, you get all the copyright stuff. That would be cool. But all right, thanks guys. I'll see you on Tuesday morning, same time, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. And if you join on Patreon, I'll see you tomorrow. So have a great one, everybody. Bye, guys.
Don't worry, we will with you.
Thank you. Bye.